Hey, you guys, happy Monday. Happy beginning of November. This is exciting. I love starting a new month, so I am super excited. Super excited to be on here with Lori and Mandy, and we're going to share a few things about what we have learned at Summit regarding messenger parties, but not just that, but also what we have so far experienced in messenger parties. So I'm super excited about this. I think Lori and Mandy would both agree, like, we don't want to give you any kind of false assumption that this is going to fix everything in your business or going to, be the end all be all to, in your business for
It's
sure.
not magic.
It's not magic. If y'all know, if you've been here for a while, you know that there is nothing magical except for, working and being consistent and stuff like that. So, why don't let's see. Do you want to share about your experience first about being in Kayla's, or do you want me to,
Yeah, I can, and
or do
maybe
you
a
want me to
little
just
bit
kind of,
too about what we took away at Summit when they started
yes.
talking about this at Summit. The information coming off the stage was pretty incredible and result and the simplicity of it, I think is like the one of the biggest like draws to it. But
Yeah.
not just that, like after they spoke and when we were out in the hallway and we're sitting around with some of the top leaders in this company were like, oh wow, like they were excited. It was the continued talk about it, and some who had also been doing them, like Amy Spence and different ones like that, but also others who had done them. Kayla is one of them. She said at Zaya, she built 75% of her previous business in messenger parties, and it really never clicked to her to convert it to the health and wellness and do it here at Raven. Like, so she was one of the
Mhm.
first people to like jump in there and go for it. And I asked, can I be a fly on the wall? Well, one of the things you do with this messenger party is you have a co-host brand partner in there with you who doesn't do very much other than like maybe go in 2 or 3 times and say they put up the graphic of gold and the gold info, and you go in and just say, I love gold, and share a very short little bleep of what it's done for you. You don't do that on every product drops. You don't do that. You just add a little bit of value in there. So she said, well, why don't you be my co-host? So I got to watch and be in there with Kayla, who, like I said, had previous experience. She had, I think, well, she had a total of like 20 people in there, but she also had a lot of her team in there so that they could observe. But she finished out the night. Guys, it was literally like she started it in the morning, added the people, did a little copy paste that is in our boards, welcome. Then what, 30 minutes later, added a poll. That's it. That's all you do for the rest of the day. You don't want chatter in there because you don't want people
Mhm.
leaving. Then she jumped in. She did that party in like 25 minutes. Now, she did come in and do a follow up the next morning and that kind of thing. She did again, we're not telling you this is happening for everybody, and I think you'll hear some other sides of the story on here in a minute. But she did $1,000 in volume. She signed a brand partner with a $4.99 pack and $500 in personal sales. And the party ran 20 minutes, but I would say, what, Amelia, agree, like an hour and a half worth of work, maybe.
Yeah.
You have to because you have to follow up. And that was what she did on the party. Then in there said, I'm following up with each one so that it didn't order. She's followed up with them. She's created that conversation going with them or continued it. And then, like today, I got a notification in that messenger party. Even though that party's over, she dropped in there that lemonade is back. So she just informed all those people in that two little posts because she did, information is back and then a graphic about it. She just informed those people in there who've already heard all this other great info that our lemonade's here for a few days. So she got great results. It was a great way to watch that. Um, and then I have invites going out tomorrow for mine. So I can also like drop in and give y'all a little info. Wednesday after Wednesday night on how mine goes that I'm actually hosting. And then I know Amelia's already done one and she's going to share, and Mandy. And I also was in Amelia's as a co-host. So she could share a little bit about hers, and then Mandy's also done one. So. But we're
Yes,
excited, but I want you to know, like, you'll hear the differences. Like Amelia said, it's like most things in this business, it's a numbers thing. But this is such a simple way to reach those numbers.
more
Like if
people,
you've
right?
got, yeah, if you've got like 10 to 12 people in there, like you're giving 10 to 12 people all this info at once. So
Yeah,
I'm very excited about it. Very
I
excited.
am too.
We don't want it to come across like it's magic and you're going to do a party and maybe you do get $1,000 in volume. Maybe you get
Yeah,
100, but it's a really great way to reach people, add value, and get that info out there. Mel, you want to
yes.
share a little bit about yours?
Yes, sorry, I just got a system. Oh, okay. Um, so one thing, like she said, it's not magic, like we've said, but one thing I will say is that I did a messenger party. You're fine, Angie. I did a messenger party on last week, and I think I did it last Tuesday night. So I sent my invites out between Sunday and Monday and I told them the date and the time of when it would be. I said it was going to be, Tuesday at 8 p.m. That's when we would start. So I didn't start the chat until Tuesday morning. And one thing I want to get across to you guys too is that and I have this written down, it's about info, like it's like a virtual living room, right? You're bringing them information, but you're just bringing them information about maybe they've never heard of Ravenly. Maybe they need to try a product that they haven't tried before, right? So think about it that way. You're giving them information, but and that's what they said too, is like some people have multiple parties at once. There's no group page to create. I did a couple businesses prior to health and wellness, and I remember I'd have to create a group and get all these people in this group and hope that they would see the post in the group, and just try to keep the engagement up in the group. There's none of that in a messenger party, right? In a messenger party, everybody is going to get the notification if they're in the messenger, if they're in the message. So that is something, and it's about connecting with people in introduction to the products, to the business. It's not always going to be about conversion. It's not always going to convert. And that's why I'm going to tell you all about mine. So I had one last week. I had 12 guests in there. About 6 of them, hold on, guys. Sorry, my dog's about to bark. Oh, sorry, y'all. He would have barked if I did not get him. Anyway, I had about 12, half and half. So half were current customers, half of them have not ordered before. And so what I did when I went through my invites, inviting people, and all of this is in the boards too, your invitations, your all of that, is I said, I know you've been interested in Bradenly, but I know you've not like actually ordered yet. I would love to invite you to this information party. Information is going to be about 20 minutes. And that sold a lot of people on getting in there. And then I got them in there. Some people I wanted as my current customers so that they could kind of vouch for the products and stuff. And so that helped as well. But I will tell y'all that I had some interaction, and Lori can tell you this, there was some interaction. I had some brand partners in there for social proof is what they call it. But I didn't convert anyone that night. But I was like, you know what? It's okay. I got to do it, right? I got to go through the process, which the more you do it, the more you're going to feel better about doing it. And then I still, I went through every single person I went through individually and messaged them the next day to follow up with them. And a lot of them, they were like, thanks for the info. Did I convert anyone that night or even the day after? I did not. But like Lori said, I'm going in there tonight and saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to hype up this lemonade and put that in there. Because now you've got, like, say you have 3 or 4 different messenger parties, you've got all these places where you can drop info, you can drop these promos, you can drop, whatever promotion it is. And so, am I discouraged? No. I'm just going to have another one. Like, I'm just going to do it again. You know what I mean? I'm going to ask a VIP to have one, right? So that they can get product credit for what they do on theirs. And so the more that you do it, the more comfortable you feel, because I'll be honest, I felt like all of it is in the Boards app. So it's under corporate messenger. It's like messenger parties. There's 2 different ones. I did the corporate messenger one. It's it took me 25 minutes to get all the info in there. And then that was it, y'all. And that's it. You've got everything in there, and then they can scroll back through it, which I think is super handy, because what if they're giving their kid a bath at 8 o'clock, right? Or at whatever time you decide, they can just scroll back through the information and it's all right there for them. So it goes very quick. And that's one thing I want to talk to, I want Mandy to talk about. So Mandy has actually had a VIP host a messenger party for her. And so this is a scenario where, like, I invited people, she had her VIP send invites. And again, all of this language is in the Boards app with the inviting folder, but she had her VIP send out information. So that is getting Mandy into her VIP's network. That's connecting Mandy to a whole different network that she would not even have seen, had it not been for this lady hosting this messenger party. So Mandy, I want you to kind of talk about, what it looked like for you being the host of the host, I guess, that messenger party.
Yeah. So, when I did mine, the the boards had the 2 different, there's 2 different things that's in the folder now under messenger parties. And I did the one that didn't say the corporate. And so mine run a little bit longer. So the corporate one definitely does shorten it down to like the 20 minutes. And so that's something I wanted to kind of put that out there. Mine did last a little bit longer, but I was very proud of my VIP, because she was engaging more than I had to engage because she knew the people. So she was, kind of pumping up the chat a little bit instead of me doing it. But this was my very first time, like, hosting one, and so I learned a lot from it. Um, I created the messenger before she actually gave me a date that was good for her. And so when she gave me her date, I was 3 days out. And so then she started putting people in that chat, and then it was kind of like a day of silence. So I tried to fill in that with just dropping a little bit of things throughout the day. So one thing, don't create the group unless you have the date of when you want it, when it is. That way you're not creating it too soon. And if you're doing your own party, like, when your date is. If you're doing a VIP, then they're going to pick the date and time. So you want to kind of get with them and get all that kind of hashed out beforehand. So I learned that, and definitely wish I would have went with the corporate one that made things a little bit shorter. But it was great to see my VIP engage and everything, but also I have connected now with people in there. I'm friends with people that I wasn't friends with, because they had reached out and actually sent me friend requests because they had questions and different things. So they, instead of just going to their VIP, or my VIP, they went and sent me a request and asked me some questions and things like that. So I have people interested, but no sales did come from it. But I have got new people in my network, and it's people that I would never have known before. And there are some people that is actually in the industry, because my VIP has been with pharmacy before, and so I think she invited some of her people that was in the company, in that company with her. And so these people are looking and asking questions, and I was pleased with my party, even though I didn't have an outcome that I would have wanted. But I was excited to have more people in my network now, and just learning from just different things. I was pleased with it and proud of my VIP as well.
That's awesome. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's, and that's a thought too, that when you bring a VIP in to do it like this, that's also showing that VIP, when you start seeing that interest and all, maybe that's where that VIP catches that vision to join and to
And
come,
I did ask her, and she said no thanks right now. But I did bring that up because she was able to get. I think there were like 8 to 10 people, and and
That's
I
awesome.
think that's really good because even 5 to 8 people in a messenger party is 5 people. That could be 5 new customers. You got to think of
Absolutely.
it that way.
Mhm.
So I tell people when I'm sending out the invite, or I say 5 to 8 or 8 to 10, because I don't want them to be overwhelmed with thinking I've got to get this many people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they actually told us that at Summit, like, you don't want 20 people in there. You want to keep it 10 to 15 people, or even 5. If you have 5 people in there, if you're connecting with 5 new people, how many of y'all, I don't know, like with Amelia, but I know the guys on, like, I think everybody on this team has said to me at one point or another, on my team, how do I reach out and connect with 5 new people? Well, like, if you get a VIP and you got 5 new people at once, that's a big deal. And keep in mind,
Yeah.
we're in November. We're about to go into Black Friday. We're going to have well, I think it's going into December this year, but Cyber Monday. Other things that are planned maybe. I know Amelia's got some stuff for her team. I've got some stuff thinking about. But then we go into 12 days of Christmas. So each one of these parties, you now have a group where you can go in, just like Amelia said, she's going to go in and drop that lemonade in there. You can go in and drop. Just think about that 12 days of Christmas. Like, that goes on for 12 days. Like, you
Yeah.
literally, instead of trying to, individually like message, you go in and drop that. If you've had, say, 3 parties between now and then, and they've even if it's 5, that's
Yeah.
15 people you're reaching with 3 little clicks.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And if people get tired of looking at it or hearing it, they'll leave the chat. I didn't have anybody leave the chat that I made. Mandy hasn't either.
I
And
haven't
so
seen anybody leaving Kayla's. Like I said, I'm still in there kind of watching because I'm still seeing
yeah,
how she's doing a few things, but I didn't see anybody. I mean, I think a few brand partners left, but
right, right.
that's just because they
And I
saw the
mean,
party.
and they saw the party, right? And so you want to have, like, I know I had a few people from my team in my party so that they could see kind of what went on. And if it's just a great way to get experience, and that's what that says, you keep doing it. Is I have this written down. From Summit, you keep doing it even when you aren't seeing the results that you maybe are looking for, or expected, because you just keep doing it. Like, I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep going with it. And, and that's something that we're doing. And, it's something that also, it kind of tells your new people, this is what as you're onboarding someone, if that's how they come on, and you're like, look, let's get 5 people. Let's get 5 people to talk to them about this new business you've got. Well, this is kind of the same thing. It's telling them about the product and the business all in one little thing, 20 minutes. Yes. So Angie, it is in our boards, and it is under, everything is right there. Literally, all I did was I used the keyboard and I clicked, post one, done, like with the text and the graphic. Like, that's all I did the whole entire time. It's under messenger parties, and there is a messenger party outline and a corporate messenger party method. The messenger party method from corporate is the one that it runs about 20 to 25 minutes. The other one it has everything individual, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. It will. I do like the one um from corporate because it combines some things together. Um, and I actually need to add, probably need to add Mighty Mix in there. But everything is in there, like invitations, the follow-up messages are in there, and it tells you what to post beforehand. Everything literally
Everything.
is in
Yeah.
there that you
And
need.
also, like when you wrap this up at the end of the 20 minutes, they usually offer a deal and it's
Mhm.
good for like 24 hours or 48 hours. It's to get, people in motion, put an urgency on it.
Yeah.
But that does, like, that's up to you. You decide what you want to offer, but don't feel like you have to offer some big whatever. Like Kayla offered free shipping for her customers she already had, and if they were new potential, she offered a reimbursement of the VIP fee. So like
Yeah.
nothing, I mean, a lot of us already offer that occasionally from time to time. I offered free shipping Halloween, you know. So don't feel like it's something to put a time limit on and an urgency on it, but it doesn't have to be some big grand thing,
Yeah.
something simple and easy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How quick? Okay, so I didn't leave much time for I just I just went. Like I just put them up. Now you will have
Kayla's was like
situations.
boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, it
right?
was just like, I may have even let more time go between than what should have been. Um, but you just post in there and and then you will probably want to go back up and see if there's any questions, if there's anything that anyone said other than like your people in there for social proof, you know. I would probably go back through and just make sure like you didn't miss any questions or anything. But it's usually fairly quick that you want to post in between each thing.
Because if you
Um,
haven't looked at it, like when you drop the graphic, it'll be like the first is like Accelerate Trio. So it's 3 products or 4 with Trio because it give you
mhm,
the option of Rush or Brew. But like,
right.
so it's not like Gold and then Ignite. And then you're
Mhm.
dropping multiple products at a time. So it's going pretty quick. And I would say probably by the time you drop one and you can go and grab the other and go to paste it in there, like do
It's
it. I
probably
mean,
at
it's
least
really
a
that.
minute.
Yeah.
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 And you don't really want any longer than, because you got to think if people know that you've started this at 8 o'clock and there's information going, they're probably sitting there waiting, right? They're waiting on whatever other info you're putting in there. So that's another thing too, is that I noticed that, you would see like all the little chat heads pop up at one time. So you knew that they were in there anticipating the information. And so you just want to keep that in mind too, is like, being respectful of their time. And then I, thank them at the end and really, that's it.
And you don't want a lot of chatter in there. You want just the
Right.
opposite because if there's a lot of chatter going on in there, people will leave. You want the
They
info
will.
coming. You want 1 or 2 brand partners dropping a little bleep in there to give the validation, but you don't want a whole lot of chatter going on in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? Um, Obviously, like we are here to be in your parties to help, in whatever way that we can. Like we've been saying, the more that you do it, obviously, the more comfortable you're going to be with doing them.
I did want to ask if there's any way like we can sit in maybe on one of your guys' party just so we can see like how it flows and how you guys do it. So like I do better on hands-on learning.
Oh
So if
yeah, I get it.
you guys
Yes.
do one, then I would feel more comfortable doing my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lori, are you
absolutely. Yeah. My
Lori's?
plan
Yeah.
is, I've had like, I've needed to, I had jury duty last week, so I couldn't do it. No, no excuses because we don't make excuses. but I have had a family friend that's in the hospital, so I've been having to run back and forth with a ride and stuff. So that's why I've had to kind of delay mine. My plan is to do it Wednesday, to send invites out tomorrow, do it Wednesday. Also, Jessica, I think you're going to be with me tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Are you coming to walk? So if you're coming to walk, I can also show you Amelia's.
Okay.
But yes, I can, anybody that wants to like, yeah, just message me privately, because if you tell me here, if a bunch of people tell me, I won't remember, but if you'll message me privately when I get ready to create the chat, I'll absolutely add you in so you can observe.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely want to jump in there and see
Yeah.
how to do it. Yeah.
So one thing Angie asked was, what did you give your host? So I was my own host for mine. So like I sent my invites and stuff. Mandy had a host. That was another thing I wanted to mention though, while she asked it, is that you can, and I would recommend this and you know, you can send them something. It doesn't have to be anything big, but you could, I don't know, you could send them a deluxe trial pack. You could send them a couple sticks. You could literally give them free shipping on their next order, or
Evenly cash.
Braden, like, yeah, $10 off their next order, like whatever you want to do to incentivize them. You can do that, you can do that. But I would, I mean, I'd probably do something kind of like that, like free shipping, or $10 back or something, just to kind of incentivize them so that they're like, okay, well, there's something in it for you, but there also is something in it for me too. But they're also, as a VIP, any orders that they get, they're getting extra Bradenly cash back, right? So like when somebody orders from their VIP link, they're getting extra Bradenly cash. So, and I would also tell them that too, like if you had however many orders, you could potentially rack up on the Bradenly cash as a VIP customer. So, definitely
And
worth
actually
looking into
show
about
them
that.
if, you get 5 customers out of it and it's your VIP, do the breakdown, show them what they would be making if
Yeah.
they were a brand partner for sure. And
Yeah.
maybe even ask them, is there a product you haven't tried that you want to try?
Yeah.
Send them 5 sticks of something they want to try that they haven't. But I would say definitely incentivize them with something, but you also don't have to spend a ton of money doing
No,
this.
you don't.
Like, you
Not at all.
shouldn't spend a ton of money doing it.
No.
Yeah.
And you could even do just a drawing for everyone in there, that order, that maybe everyone in there that places an order, you do a drawing, like if it's your own. I think I did free shipping for current customers, 10 or their VIP fee reimbursed as new VIPs. And then I think I did cash back on, but I did mine for 48 hours I put it at the end of the day on Thursday, end of month. I wanted it wrapped up before Halloween. That's why I did it the way I did it. But like, we're past Halloween and all of that. We're at the beginning of a new month. So literally anything is possible with these parties. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, and again, especially with the excitement that's coming up for November. I mean, November's always exciting. Everybody gets in the holiday spirit and all of that, but we have Black Friday, like I said, and we'll have specials. And remember, y'all, we're coming up on Bradenly's birthday, and we're pushing for that 100 million. So I would think this month and next month's going to be fun. So no telling.
I think so too.
Question. I'm sorry. You said you could do Bravenly cashback. How do we do Bravenly cashback? Like, wow. How do we do that?
I'll send
So,
it
like-
to you, or go ahead, Amanda.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if you have a VIP hosting, then like anybody that uses they have a referral link. So anybody that uses their referral link, they're gonna get extra cash back, like as an incentive.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay. Okay. Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Well, thanks y'all for hopping on. I'm super excited about this this new tool we have in our tool belt, is what I like to call it. I will get this recording to Lori. That way she can share it, and then anybody that wants to go back through it, we'll do that. And then also, Lori, I know we will drop the link to the board that we use
Mhm.
in our chats, and that way you can kind of see, and kind of go through it and look at it and see. I know it kind of helps me to visualize things. I'm like Jessica, I'm a visual learner too, so I like to go back through and you can kind of see like, okay, this is what I'd be posting, and add in whatever you want to as well. So
And if you guys
Mhm.
schedule one, if you do it, drop it in the chats. Let us know.
Yes, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know. And then, like we've both said, like, always feel free to use us in your chats for social proof,
Mhm.
for help and all of that. So, all right.
All
Okay,
right.
guys. All right, we'll
All right.
talk to you guys later. Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Good night.